Now we understand the format of a formal invitation. This is the format. This is all. Normally, this is the format of formal invitation. First of all comes the name of the host. Who is inviting you to the marriage party, birthday party, or opening of a new shop? That is, name of the host is written at the start of the invitation card. Here it is written as Mrs. Rekha and Mr. Satish Mehta. Then comes standard expression for invitation. Here we can write cordially invite you to, request the pleasure of your company, request the pleasure of your benign presence, invite you to join. You may opt any of these. Not to write all this. You can opt any of these. Normally, it is suggested you write this: cordially invite you to. It seems to be the best. However, it is your own preference. After writing name of the host and standard expression for invitation, you are to write what is the purpose, whether it is the birthday party or marriage party or wedding anniversary or any other function. So then comes the purpose, which here is birthday party, as we are dealing with the format of birthday party invitation format. Then comes the name of honoree, people for whom the event is being organized, like marriage, birthday, that is whose marriage is being held or whose birthday party is being held. Here we have written that birthday party of their daughter. Name of honoree is Chavi. We have also written relation. Then comes day, date and time of event. Here we have written day is Saturday, date is October 29, 2022, and time is given as at 6 p.m. Venue of the event also have to be mentioned. Venue is given as Hotel Radisson, Chandigarh. Then comes RSVP. These are the initials of responders swill vows plate. That is the first word of all these words have been taken. First letter. Here we have taken R, here S, here V, here P. It is a French phrase which in English means please respond. Please respond means please inform whether you will attend the birthday party or marriage party, so that the host can make arrangements accordingly. However, generally most of the people do not respond to the invitation, whether they will attend or not. However, this is the format. We have to write RSVP. Then we have to mention the telephone number, mobile number or address of the host. That is, who is inviting you to the birthday party, his name is written and his contact number is written, or his email address may be given, so that the response whether the person who has been invited, he will attend or not, he will give his response on this mobile number or on this email address. This is all what is the normally the format of a formal invitation. Here we have discussed the birthday party invitation format. Now we will see the format of wedding invitation format. All this format is the same. First comes the name of the host, then standard expression, then purpose, name of honoree, day, date, time of event, venue of event. Let us see one by one. Name of the host here is Mrs. and Mr. Shard Mehta. Here we have written Mrs. first then Mr. If we are living in India, then in Indian culture, name of Mrs. is written first. However, if we use American English, Mr. will come first and Mrs. will come after that. That is, in American English, we will write Mr. and Mrs. Shard Mehta. Cordially invite. Then comes the standard expression for invitation. Here we have written cordially invite you to the. What is the purpose of invitation? This is the wedding. Whose wedding is being held? That is people for whom the event is being organized. This is the wedding of their son Vaibhav and with Alicia. Here we also mention the daughter of Alicia is the daughter of Mrs. and Mr. Ramesh Mani. Then we mention the day, date and time of event on Saturday, October 29, 2022. Then time is given at 7 p.m. onwards. Venue is also given. In the same way, as already discussed, name of RSVP. After RSVP, the name of the host is given along with his mobile number or email address if you so desire. Then at the last, this is the optional. Some persons may write on their wedding invitation card, no gifts please. This is optional. You may prefer to write it or not write it. It is your prerogative. Now we will see annual function invitation format. In the same way, first comes name of the host. Here the name of the host will be principal, staff and students of name of the school has to be mentioned and address is also given on the invitation format. Then comes the standard expression for invitation. You can choose any of three or any other which you deem fit. Here it is written as request the pleasure of your company. Then comes the purpose of invitation. Why you are invited? Why the school authorities, why principal, staff and students are inviting? They are inviting on annual day celebration. It may also be sports day or any other event. Then in the same way comes day, date, time of event along with venue of event. Here the day, date and time is given. Then comes the venue. It is the school auditorium. In the school auditorium, the annual day celebration will be held. This is the extra which is not mentioned in the case of birthday parties or marriage parties, because in the case of marriage parties or birthday parties, there is no chief guest or VIP. But when we hold annual function in our school or we organize sports day, we normally invite a chief guest or VIP to the function. So in the case of annual function invitation format, we also mention the name of the chief guest or VIP. Here it is written as Honorable Education Minister has very kindly consented to be the chief guest. Please note that from here you will please observe that all these invitation has been written in a single sentence. There is normally no breakage. Up to this, there was no breakage. This is the extra line. Up to that, there was no breakage in sentence. This was the extra line. Honorable Education Minister has very kindly consented to be the chief guest. As already told, then comes RSVP, which in English means please respond. To whom response has to be given, whether you will attend or not attend. The name of the person has to be given, whose mobile or telephone number or address has to be given. Here, name of the administrative officer or only administrative officer is written. Then comes the mobile number or telephone number. In the case of wedding card or birthday card, there is normally no information at the end required. Normally there is nothing is mentioned. But in the case of annual function or sports functions, normally some additional information is there. Here you can see these are special instructions have been mentioned, which reads as, this card admits only two. That is, only two persons will be allowed on showing this card. Next, it is also written that you are requested to be seated by 4:45 p.m. as the function will start by 5 p.m. So you are requested to attend and be seated on your seats by 4:45 p.m. It is also mentioned that there is no entry fees, that is, no money has to be paid as entry fees. Now comes format of letter type formal invitation. So far we have discussed the format of marriage party, birthday party or annual function format, which we normally send to the parents or other general public, or in the case of marriage or birthday parties, to our friends, to relatives, or to our neighbors. But when we want to invite a chief guest or VIP to be to attend a particular function, then we do not send card. We have to write a specially worded letter to invite the chief guest or VIP. Then card will not serve the purpose, which is printed and there are no signatures. In the case of invitation of chief guest or VIP, we have to write a specific letter which is properly signed. First comes sender's address. This may be on a plain paper, or we may use the printed letterhead of the institution. That is, if your school has printed the letterheads, you may use that for inviting chief guest. Sender's address is usually on the top left corner if it is to be written on the plain paper. But if it is on a letterhead, then there is no need for writing this address. Then comes date of writing invitation letter. Then we are to write the receiver's address, that is, whom you are inviting to be the chief guest or VIP. Then comes the subject, why you are inviting. Invitation subject, invitation as chief guest on annual sports day. This, that is the subject, will help the receiver focus on the subject of invitation in one glance. It is important to underline the subject. Here it has been underlined. Then comes salutation, that is greeting the person you are addressing the invitation to. That is, we normally use respected sir. Then comes the body of letter. Body means what you want to convey, when the particular function will be held, what is its venue, why it is being held. So here we have written that it is a matter of great pride that our school is celebrating its 15th annual sports day on 25 May 2022 from 10 a.m. at the school ground. We shall consider it a great favor if you could grace the occasion and preside over the function as chief guest and give away the prizes. After all this, there is complimentary closure. We normally write yours faithfully. In the case of invitation to chief guest or VIP, we also want a confirmation from the chief guest or VIP whether he will come or not come. So we write soliciting a line in reply or an email at. Normally we may give email address or some mobile number so that The person who has been invited as chief guest may give his reply whether he or she will be in a position to attend as chief guest or VIP or not. He may send response back. Then comes complimentary closure at the end, which is normally written as yours faithfully. Then comes the person who is inviting. It is normally the principal of the school. Sender's name and designation has to be mentioned. Mention the name given in the question paper. If in the question paper it is written as the secretary of the school is inviting chief guest, so then you will write secretary, SKS Public School. Do not mention your personal details. Here you are not to mention anywhere in this format your own personal details. You are to go by the question what is written. If in the question paper it is written as you are the principal of DAV Public School, Model Town, Chandigarh, you are to address, sender's address has to be changed accordingly. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.